The brave little squirrel. In a peaceful forest, there lived a little squirrel. Squirrel was not like the other squirrels. While others loved to gather acorns and play in the trees, Squirrel had a deep fear of heights. He always stayed close to the ground, gathering nuts that had already fallen and watching the other squirrels with a mix of admiration and fear. One day, a terrible storm swept through the forest. The wind howled, and the rain poured down in heavy sheets. The trees swayed dangerously, and all the animals took shelter. But Squirrel noticed something that made his heart skip a beat. High up in the tallest tree, a tiny baby bird was stuck in its nest. The nest was about to be blown away by the strong winds. Squirrel knew he was the only one who could help. The other squirrels were too busy finding shelter, and the birds were too small to carry the baby to safety. Squirrel felt his legs tremble as he looked up at the tall tree, but he knew he had to be brave. Taking a deep breath, Squirrel began to climb. The wind pushed against him, and the rain made the branches slippery, but Squirrel kept going. He climbed higher and higher, his heart pounding in his chest. Finally, he reached the nest. The baby bird was crying, scared and alone. Squirrel gently picked up the baby bird and held it close to his chest. With great care, Squirrel began the descent. The wind tried to knock him off balance, but Squirrel held on tight. At last, he reached the ground safely. The baby bird's mother, who had been searching frantically, flew down and thanked Squirrel with tears in her eyes. From that day on, Squirrel was no longer afraid of heights. He realized that sometimes, being brave means facing your fears to help others. The other squirrels now looked up to Squirrel, not just for his bravery but for his kind heart. And Squirrel? He climbed trees every day, knowing that he could do anything if he just believed in himself.